Hello everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of our NASCAR Thunder 2004 career mode. We're coming off of a pretty unfortunate Daytona 500. We ran like garbage as expected, so we're coming into race 2 at Rockingham with a lot of work to do. We got just under $300,000 in our bank. We did look into some shop additions that I was considering coming into today's episode, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to build up just a little bit more money first here in Rockingham, and then we're going to kind of take a deep dive into that. Now, if we go into the garage, I'm just kind of curious about our car. So obviously, car number 1, we used number 1, I think, for everything except, no, we did use number 1 for everything in the chassis, engines, as well as the bodies. So they're all slightly worn. I mean, we kept the car pretty clean as well. Now, my question is, okay, so how does this work? We can come in, okay, so we can just simply repair it. How much does it cost to repair? It's actually not, it's not too bad, but it actually takes a while. $47,000 to repair it in 2 races. So we'll spend $15,000. No, I don't want to spend that because I'm going to use this car again. Interesting. Honestly, it's at a 95, so I'm not too concerned about the condition of like everything here. So I think honestly, I think we'll be okay to use it again if we wanted to. We could use car number 2 today, which I think we're going to do going into Rockingham, and just really hoping for the best. Hoping for a solid weekend now. This game, it's a challenge, and I'm all for it. Let's go into the Rock. We are going to take car number 2. Let me know if this is a bad idea. Should I maybe just kind of focus on one car for a little while? I don't really know. I'm actually practicing here just to get a feel for the car when we're at, oh my god, we're at a racetrack where, you know, we're not just trying to go full throttle like Daytona. I actually gotta, you know, use some throttle control a little bit, actually use the brake pedal. So I'm trying to get used to that as quickly as I can. It ain't going so well so far. I am all over the place, and now catch the outside. Well, if I race like this, boy, we are gonna be in for an experience. Okay, I gotta brake way earlier. I'm watching the 0-1 right there of Nadu, I think that is, right? And I gotta back it down significantly earlier. Let's see what he does here into turn 3. He goes a little bit deeper actually to turn 3 than me. Okay, I kind of get an idea. Okay, I'm throttling up a little bit too early in the corner. All right, here we go. Qualify. Oh, they just throw me right into it, huh? Oh boy. Okay. All right, slow down into turn 1. If we can qualify better than last year, I'm going to be very pleasantly surprised. And that was a pretty, okay, well, I'm in the wall. It was looking actually half decent for a second. Let's just keep on rolling through 3 and off turn 4. Trying to not get too tight. Oh, I think I made it too tight. Okay, maybe I should have gone up half a click. What's that going to look like on the board? Not surprised by that, considering how bad the last half of my lap was. Let's just get it through 1 and 2 again. Once again, not too bad through there. I gotta be so careful on the straightaways here. The car is really delicate. Yeah, I mean, I think I made it too tight as we come through 3 and 4. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted now because it got through there pretty good. But as it come to the line, an improvement, a 24.6, and that's 43rd. Okay, I expected a lot better than that. 23s, I mean, we're 6/10 off of a top 10, so I mean, that makes me feel better. Look how close the times are. So I'm just curious how far I am off the car in front of me. We are, well, we're a couple tenths off the car in front of us. That's not what I wanted to see. I'm going to make a slight wedge adjustment again, not go down to the 49, or sorry, to the 50, or whatever you want to call it. I'm thinking NASCAR 25 terms. I'm going to go down to 0.5 and hope that will make just a slight difference to get this car to rotate a little bit more without losing control. Subway 400 for this one, and yeah, I'm excited for this one, honestly. Rockingham's a track I got very little experience at, like a little bit of an iRacing, a little bit NASCAR 25, and that's as far as it's really gone.
Otherwise, the wall will sneak up and bite him on the exit, especially in turn 2.
Brett Bodine got his only Winston Cup victory at the old North Wilkesboro track in 1990.
All right, let's move on. So on pole position, is that Michael Waltrip? Michael Waltrip on pole position over Ryan Newman. That's not what I would expect. I mean, Newman's no surprise up here, but How about Michael Waltrip? Nonetheless, let's get racing then, shall we? 98 laps of racing here as we take the green flag from the Rock. Now, I think this is going to be similar to kind of Daytona. It's not going to be easy, you know, and I'm fully aware that this first season as a whole is not going to be easy. Now, I could turn the difficulty down and have probably a lot better of an experience, but that's not as fun now as I am all over the road here into turn number 3. I'm up into the outside wall. That's a brilliant start. Okay, let's focus back in and try to not do that now. Lap 1's a complete disaster here. We were a couple tenths off of the car in front of us in qualifying, so I'm hopeful we can kind of find a little bit more pace now, as my goodness, that analog stick kind of has like this dead zone. I feel like I should use the D-pad honestly for steering at this point now. You guys let me know down below, is the D-pad easier or not? I mean, there's the D-pad. That's not too bad, but we're making time. We're making time. I am driving way too deep into turn number 1, and we are going to pay the price for that, so I'm trying to not, of course, make that mistake right there. I'm getting a little bit better now on the analog stick here. Now I'm kind of under driving. It's kind of a back and forth. Like I either go, you know, too deep, or I'm not deep enough, and then I do that. I have such a shallow entry to turn 3, I screw up. So I need to focus in for a few laps and really start reeling in these guys in front of us. I believe it's Greg Biffle. Every time I run a good lap, I follow it up with a really, really bad lap right after. So it's like I am not really going anywhere right now. I'm trying really hard to find some consistency. If I can find consistency, I think we're gonna be okay. But now it's like, man, I got a lot of ground to make up, so that's a little bit frustrating as well. This is the kind of lap we need right here. If we keep doing this, we'll probably run these guys at the back of the field back down, I hope. What's the gap now? I mean, 5 seconds behind. Look at the car. I am fully on the brake, and it just drives up the racetrack, up the hill there. We're gaining a little bit of time now. If I run a decent lap, we do gain, so that's promising, but the leaders are coming up on me. I got Jeff Gordon and Ryan Newman here. There goes Jeff Gordon. Oh my God! Look at the speed difference right there between them and myself. They absolutely just destroy me, and now I am over here like, oh, let me try to keep up, and now I'm putting myself in the wall again. I'm just trying to not be in the way of Michael Waltrip, but you know, instead I am directly in the way. Oh. Okay. Huh. I guess we're done. All right, next race it is. I mean, I just drove off in there and died. Looks like some equipment might be in need of some maintenance. My sponsor's not too happy. Yeah, I mean, wasn't pretty. I mean, we didn't run very good. We made $1,000 profit. I mean, we're up to $300,000, so I guess there's one positive. I really don't want to look at the car, to be honest with you. Condition 89. Honestly, 74 on the engine. Okay, yeah, that could be a little bit better. Not pretty. Let's actually work on repairing this stuff, and $45,000 to get it repaired in 2 races. I mean, let's just go through with that for now. Yeah, I mean, not a good situation there for us today. As well, the body is a bit worn out, so we'll just repair everything. We could overhaul everything, but we're just going to work on repairing right now. We don't really have, you know, a lot of money. We're going to spend a good chunk of our money right here just repairing everything. This is going to be $42,000, a little bit cheaper. Ken Schrader won the race. How about that? So, very interesting. Oh, so now I can click on the driver here, and I can see their career stats. Okay, that's cool. Can I see, I can't see who finished where. We just know Ken Schrader won. Let's go into Las Vegas. We're qualifying from Las Vegas, and man, the track looks so, oh wow. Track looks so wide, and I just drive it off in there. And I mean, look at the banking is so non-existent. It's such a flat track here in this game now, as we head down the back straightaway. Not going to be a great first lap, I don't think, but I'm hopeful that we can rebound here on lap 2. That's what we're kind of looking for right there. If I can keep that up now through 4, not going to be a good first lap, like I said, but you know what? That's the standard we need to go into lap 2 with. Can I cut down here? I'm going to cut all the way down, trying to get a little bit out of it now as we head down into turn number 1. A bit of a shallow entry, a lot shallower than I was kind of anticipating. Look how wide this place is right here as we're going to exit turn 2. Oh, it was close to the wall, but we're all good there, thank goodness. I overdrove turn 3 a bit. That's gonna cost me. That's gonna be dead last, I guarantee it now. But there is some hope as I am in the wall. That's not the hope part, but I mean, I feel like we've got something here. That's gonna be pretty bad. It's gonna be dead last for sure, but there is some hope here if I can just kind of back down the corner a little bit again. It was at this point where I actually got up and took a bit of a break and came back, and my microphone input actually changed to my webcam mic, which sounds like absolute garbage. So you're stuck with post-race commentary for the final 16 minutes of this episode. My apologies. It is fixed for the next episode here, as this episode, yeah, it was a complete disaster, as you can tell. I mean, Rockingham, and now we jump into Vegas, and I mean, we're starting dead last. This is expected, of course. I'm not expecting to run great right off the bat. My goal for this race was really to just kind of maintain contact with these cars in front of me now. 1.5 miles, a little bit more straightforward, I think was a good opportunity for this number 83 Going Racing team to have a little bit more promise, and going for a bit of a slide. Now I can confirm, so I recorded the first 3 episodes kind of in bulk, so I didn't really get a chance to take a break and read the comments from Daytona before I went on and recorded more. But I did read the comments there, and got a lot of kind of assistance from you guys in terms of like, hey, you're going to need some custom setup. So I can confirm from episode 4 and beyond, we're going to be looking into custom setups, but not in today's episode, obviously, and not in episode 3, because I'd already recorded that with, you know, the first couple of episodes. So on top of that, going into this race, I did learn that with the emulator that I'm using, so my Xbox controller sensitivity on the stick is too high. So that's something I changed going into next episode, and it made the world of a difference. I can already confirm that. So next episode, yeah, you're gonna see I'm a lot more happier with the outcome of how the car is at least handling, because you're seeing this, like, look at me struggling here. I'm like actually keeping up with everyone, but then I'm having these major slides, and I thought it was only just the car, but no, it's the sensitivity of the analog stick, I would find. So like I said, I've got that fixed for next episode, but I was making do with what I had, and I was trying my best, and I was running like these very sporadic lap times. So like I'd run a good lap, and then I'd run a bad lap, and then I would keep losing overall, because my bad lap would be a lot worse than what my good lap was. So my good lap, I would gain a few tenths of a second on the cars in front, but my bad lap, I'd lose like a full second. So as you can see, the net gain there is pretty negative at this point. As we come through now, though, completing lap 10, and I mean, we're already on the verge of like going a lap down. Honestly, like just trying to survive this race, because the DNF in Rockingham, even though we did make profit, it was only like $1,000, so it was a pretty lousy race for us. As we come to lap 14, we've still got the cars in front of us in sight, but Tony Stewart's coming through to put me a lap down at this point, so he's going to pass me, and now we go 1 lap down. He is absolutely flying right now. He is showing everybody up here as he's ripping now as we continue on down the back straightaway, and I was starting to actually get really tight. So about halfway through the run, you can see I'm starting to really struggle, and now I'm like plowing. This is another 2-stop race. We can go yeah, a little over probably 25 to 30 laps just about on a full tank of fuel, as I don't think we're going to make it that far. Here comes Jeff Gordon and now Dale Jr., and I mean, I am just hanging on, trying to stay out of the way, but also trying to maintain a decent pace, of course, as we just continue to go backwards now. Of course, the cars in front of us are getting lapped, but as I'm moving out of the way for traffic, that gap between me and like 42nd and 41st is just growing, so that's something I need to get better at while our team sucks. I mean, I am hopeful that we aren't in a team that runs like absolute garbage, and I don't want to be moving out of the way all season long, but I am coming into the pits here at the end of lap 23. A 70-mile-per-hour speed limit, I mean, is so helpful because I love to speed, but with a 70-mile-per-hour speed limit, it makes things a lot easier. I would decide to loosen up the car, however, here on the wedge because I was getting so tight at the end of the run. And we're going to get the 4 tires and feel it's going to be like an 18.5-second pit stop now. I really can't wait for us to get a better pit crew, to be honest. And right here, I got really confused. Where am I supposed to go? I guess I'm supposed to stay on this road, but my mind was thinking, I was like, well, nowadays we go over here on the apron, so I don't know where I was going. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I did that correctly, but I mean, either way, we're back on the racetrack, and we're still green, so that's a good sign of things now as we continue now to just let this pit cycle run its course, and hopefully we can maybe just spend these next 40 laps of just trying to get closer to Greg Biffle and the other guys in front. So it's a bit of a disaster, but I mean, I am hopeful that we can still recover to a subpar result here now, and a subpar result in our standards right now is like 42nd, 41st. I mean, if we can pull that off, we might celebrate and crack open a bottle of, well, I don't really drink alcohol, so maybe a bottle of Pepsi. Now as we're trying to pass the 38 here of Elliott Sadler, of course, he's going to be way quicker as I'm going to completely lose it into turn 3, and immediate regret on my face of like, yep, I should not have made that wedge adjustment. So, oh my God, we just killed Tony Stewart's car, the leader of the race, as I just completely lost it. So we're gonna have to pit now for tires and fuel. I mean, we don't have to, but I'm going to. And yeah, we're gonna come in. Not a good time for the caution to come out, but we got 4 tires, and I just put the wedge back to where it was, and we would get back underway from dead last. Now, fortunately, we are on the same lap. Also, by the way, the webcam kind of gets in the way of some of those positions on the right as we've got problems. That's a free position right there, the 32 of Ricky Craven. Thank you, Ricky Craven. That's going to be P42 on our way here in the next few laps, and that's going to give me a little bit of pride and a little bit of hope here as we continue towards already almost the halfway point of this race here from Las Vegas, and I am just trying to hook this bottom lane, and there's a position to be gained right here. Here's Greg Biffle, fellow Rookie of the Year contender. You would think going up against like Greg Biffle for Rookie of the Year would be kind of like doom for me, but honestly, he's running like crap, so we could still beat him because I think we can get better. Well, I don't think we can. I know we're going to get better throughout the season, so I am hopeful that, you know, we can hope that he kind of continues to run like crap, and then later in the season we'll kind of make up the difference that he's making on us right now. But we passed him, so we're actually up to 42nd. We've actually passed a car on speed. It only took me to wreck myself and then have to come back into the pits and fix everything up. But we are here trying to wreck myself on the front of the 0-1 here as we're to the back of the 4 of Mike Skinner, and actually gonna pass Mike Skinner. So now we're passing another car on speed, and he's actually a lap ahead of us. So that was nice. It's like, okay, my confidence now is increasing because I'm wrecking myself again. We saved it. Okay, so, but we're passing quicker cars finally until we have some moments like that, and I am, oh my goodness, I am continuing to slide around at this point now, and now we're going in the wrong direction again. So there goes a 41, and as well the 02 of Sadler. These are all guys that are like a lap ahead of me, so it doesn't really matter. But here comes Greg Biffle as well into turn 3. He's going to pass me. We drop back down to 42nd. So it continues to kind of go backwards. But I wasn't losing hope. I'm like, hey, we can still do this. Someone's actually pitting right now. So I'm not sure what that's about, but that's going to be maybe a spot for us here, maybe a mechanical issue, as I would actually look 3 wide into turn number 1 again, losing it. I'm going to drive straight through the 4 of Skinner. He's rightfully not going to be happy with me, as I was not intending to do that. I am so sorry, Mike Skinner. We end up losing a spot to Biffle again, and then it just continues to get worse. I am just hanging on for my life, and I crash again. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. You can just kind of see my reaction there on the right. I wish you could hear the live commentary, but the quality was so awful that I just completely just erased all the mic quality for the final part of this video. So another stop, tires, fuel. It's a long stop with repairs, 21 seconds, and we'll try this again and hope that I don't crash again. So in my opinion at this point, it was all down to the controller sensitivity, and I mean, based off of how I know like what I felt in the next race. I'm very certain it was controller sensitivity or analog stick sensitivity that was causing these problems. But I was losing my mind, to be completely honest with you. I was getting really frustrated really quick. And, I don't get, like, angry at games. I'm just not someone that really gets angry. But I certainly get frustrated and just about, throw in the towel and say, I don't want to do this anymore. And we were getting close to that point, and that was kind of what drove me into doing some research and realizing it was a sensitivity issue. Look at this. We got cars peeling off of the track going into the pits, and that was a freebie. Thank you, Greg Biffle. I'm going to take that position from you. I think the 46 is for position as well. Maybe I should move my webcam over to the left side of the screen, by the way. Let me know if you would like me to do that, so that way I'm not like in the way of the leaderboard there that comes up on the right. I don't really know. I can maybe put it on the left. Above the speedometer, but as we go to the right side of Mr. Greg Biffle, we're going to pass him back into P41 and back into that slide mode into turn number 3, but we're okay. We actually keep it going straight now. Are we going to see anyone outspit? Yes, we are. We got more cars pitting. Oh, my God. Oh. That was, I literally, in my commentary now, I just did the same gesture watching it back that I did live. I mean, I was just getting absolutely just frustrated. That was 100% my fault. I just drove up into the car beside me. We get back underway, and we've got about 20 laps to go. We're 2 laps down. I pitted again for tires and fuel. Same situation. Made no adjustments because I really liked how the car was handling, to be completely honest. I didn't think I was going to make it any better. So I was at this point like, okay, let's just try to survive. I know I should be able to make it to the end of the race on fuel. That was kind of my main thing. Now, let's just try to survive, get to the end of this race, and focus in on passing, say, Ashton Lewis up here or Greg Biffle, somebody. I just want to pass somebody and beat them legitimately and not because they DNF'd from the race, such as the 32 of Ricky Craven. So that was kind of my new expectation. It kind of gave me life. It gave me a reason to keep going. I was like, okay, I'm just going to try and pass one single car in the final 20 laps and hold on until the very end here. Now is Mike Skinner just in front of us. He's obviously not the most thrilled with me considering I drove through him a few minutes ago. But there he is in that number 4, actually to the inside of the 46 of Ashton Lewis, as we are under 20 to go at this point with my 2-lap down situation. So as we've actually got more problems into turn 3, that's Dale Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to be out of the race with a mechanical issue, so that will be a free position. That'll get us up into 41st, so that's going to be very beneficial. Kevin LePage in front of us there. Understandably not happy considering I tried to pass him and then wrecked myself into him, and yeah, he's not going to be thrilled, but he is for position, so he is kind of our prime target here to pass. And I mean, there's 2 cars we can pass right there. It's him and it's that Ashton Lewis dude, so if we can run them down, we can have a very real chance to actually have a top 40. I mean, considering Dale Jr. is going to be out. Oh geez, I mean, and yeah, I was so confused on this one because I just turned into the corner and it just spun out. I was like, are you kidding me? So I pit again for tires, for fuel, losing my mind, and now we've got like a 10 or so lap run left in this race. We're 41st position. Dale Jr.'s out, Ricky Craven's out. My car launches so slow in these restarts. I lose so much ground, and it's pretty easy to make that ground back even with a crappy car that we have. But I was done at this point. I had lost all hope. I couldn't believe it how difficult of a time I was having, and honestly, to be completely honest, I'm kind of glad I had this bad of a race because it led me down the rabbit hole of researching of what in the world was wrong, and that led to my controller setting changes going into the next episode that we got coming out in the next couple of days, and it kind of fixed everything, to be completely honest with you. So as frustrating as this is, as someone that's already recorded the next episode after now doing post-race commentary on this one, I know it gets better. So we're not, it's not the end of the world. And look at this, I'm actually running down some cars now. I've gotten back up to Mr. Ashton Lewis. We've got less than 10 laps to go in this race, and we got this kind of like big group of cars right here with positions available. LePage, Lewis, Greg Biffle should be somewhere here in this group. So I'm like, okay, at this point, just keep the car on the racetrack. That's going to be beneficial. I mean, the amount of times I've wrecked myself is not going to look pretty after this race, I imagine. And I mean, you know, you got to be careful early on because you got very limited resources. So if you destroy all your resources, how in the world are you going to get better? I don't really know. And I don't want to find out, to be completely honest. So I'm trying to not crash. I promise you, I am not trying to wreck this car as much as I've wrecked it today. I've wrecked it more in this episode than I had originally planned to wreck all season long. So, I mean, here we are now coming into these final few laps. And, I mean, running P41, just trying to bring this thing home at this point. At this point, I'm like, you know what? I don't really care if I pass anybody for position. I just want to finish without crashing one more time. And as we come through onto lap 59, which should be 61, of course, we're now actually passing Kevin LePage. So we are going to gain a position. And then we got Mr. Lewis in the 46. Look at this guy. Look at Mike Skinner throwing a block on me down the back straightaway. These guys, they will block you right down to the apron. Like, they'll block you everywhere. And I've found out very quickly that, you know, when I'm racing for wins, as I'm going to use up the 46, we'll pass him for the 39th. But I mean, if I'm racing for wins this season or whenever, these guys are blocking me like that, boy, I am telling you what, I am going to drive straight through them, like I'm going to drive through the 4-car again for the second time. They're sliding up the racetrack. Through goes the 41, as that's okay, that's not for position. I'm just trying to hang on for only a few more laps at this point now, as I'm not sure who's leading. It'd be nice if the track map showed you who's leading. I'm going to cut right down in front of the 41. That was sketchy. That could have easily got me wrecked. Thank goodness he cut me a break, but unfortunately I put myself on the wall on the exit of turn 2 anyways, but we're still P39, so nothing to worry about quite yet now, as once again, are you kidding me? The car just lost it. The car just, the same exact spin as we had last time. It just, into turn 3, around it went, and that was it. The race is over because there's no overtime in like 2003 NASCAR. And yeah, so the caution comes out and Dale Jarrett wins the race, and guess what, we are credited with the last running car because we're 41st. We got passed by the 2 guys that we were ahead of. Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, Ricky Rudd, there are the top 5, and I am just super annoyed. And I can tell you in this moment, I didn't want to play this game ever again. As you can see, we've now got down to 74 condition on the engine. The other things were actually not too bad. So yeah, I mean, we've got some work to do. Someone also mentioned I shouldn't really make some shop improvements yet. So I think I might have made one going into Atlanta. But outside of that, I'm going to listen to that comment, and we're going to really try to save some money because that's going to be really helpful. But yeah, I mean, I can tell you right now, Atlanta, things are going to be looking a lot better. So don't lose hope early on in the Going Racing NASCAR Thunder 2004 career mode. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Everything's back to normal there. I got all my microphone issues figured out, so it's all good. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.